This was an incredible milestone for Methodist Hospital Specialty and Transplant to be the first program in history, the first transplant program in history to perform 200 live and 200 deceased donor transplants in a single calendar year.
That is the most we've ever done, and that has an impact for all these patients and all their family members. And for the hospital, that's a tremendous accomplishment, and we're very proud.
What I see as inspirational is how many donors have come forward to be able to assist in helping give life to somebody else.
In the summer of 2021, my sister was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney failure and was in need of a kidney transplant. I told my sister immediately that I would do it because I knew in my heart that I was her match. So then I contacted Juan Martinez, and he then informed me what my next step was. Fast forward, October 6th, we go in for our last final exams, and we were excited to find out that we were good to go. Surgery was Thursday, I was out Friday. My sister was released on Monday. Today, we are 3 months post-op, and we are doing great.
I think that this demonstrates that our transplant program is really committed to doing what we can to remove barriers for these patients. Transplant gives them an opportunity to live life. Many of these people know nothing about transplantation, and so our job is to really, from the very first time that we meet them, and sometimes that's literally over the phone, is to begin teaching them about transplantation and what benefits a transplant has for them.
You know, when patients come to see us, if you've got someone that can donate a kidney to you, that's a huge benefit, and we need to be able to serve that group of folks. And so driving live donor transplant and doing more than 200 a year is a remarkable accomplishment in and of itself. But then there's a group of folks that don't have a donor, and we need to be able to serve them as well. And that's also a little bit of a different model on how to get that done. And for a program to be expert in doing living donor and deceased donor transplants at that level, never been done in the history of the United States. An incredible accomplishment.
Well, I think it brings the hospital and the program into the forefront based on other programs, transplant programs. It's good for the patients as well because they get 400 people that get a second lease on life.
My process started in April of 2021. My husband came home from a work meeting and told me that one of his coworkers was needing a kidney. Eventually, I read in their work magazine an article on Jim's condition and as to why he needed it. And he's a veteran, and he had contracted Agent Orange while he was overseas, and that tugged at my heart a little bit. So I ended up applying to get tested. I got a call from the donor nurse, Lauren. She's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but you're not a match for Jim." And she's like, "Well, would you be interested in a paired exchange?" And I was like, "What's that?" So she explained the process a little bit to me, that we could get partnered up with somebody else and I could give on behalf of Jim. And so I asked for some time, and I talked about it with my husband, and we both agreed, like, if it still gets Jim a kidney, then I'll do it. It feels great to be a small part of a bigger whole. And so Jim's life has changed, my life has changed, and the other donor recipients that were part of our process, their lives are changed too. And so I'm just thankful to be a part of the process and to be able to give on Jim's behalf. Thank you.
I think it begins with an amazing team of people that are dedicated to really moving patients through this transplant process. It starts with our administrative assistants, our schedulers, our nursing, our social workers, our dietitians, goes into their physicians, our nurse practitioners. We partner with our hospital departments such as radiology, lab, our OR.
It truly is the people that make this program special. It's their hard work, it's their dedication, and when you're talking to them, when I'm rounding with them, I can truly feel their passion. It's like they were born to do this.
It's really about how well we work together to help everybody else that needs, whether it's a live donor transplant, deceased donor transplant, pancreas, kidney, liver, just how we work together as a team to make sure that we're providing the best care possible for our patients.
When I learned that I had stage 4 and needed a kidney transplant in June, I did feel quite overwhelmed because it came out of nowhere. When I first walked in, I was so scared. This was new to me. I didn't know what to expect. But when I met everyone and how helpful and supportive they were, I actually started to feel everything was gonna just be okay. So Juan guided me through the process, and I quickly learned that I was gonna need a living donor. So when I went back home and I shared with my family that I needed a kidney transplant, I had numerous family and friends come forward willing to test to see if they were gonna be a match. When I contacted Juan and told him the number of people I had, we went ahead and decided to go with my sister, my husband, and my very best friend. Juan contacted each of them and provided the same support that he had been providing to me. They happened to all be matches, but my sister was a perfect match. On October 6th, my sister and I went in to get evaluated to make sure that everything was going good and that we were going to be able to have the transplant the next day. Up until that day, we were super nervous, and until at the end of the day, on October 6th, when we learned we were a go and that they'd see us the next day, we were so excited. The bond that she and I have now is unreal. It has brought us closer. It makes me a little emotional, but it's true. The staff and physicians at the hospital were nothing short of amazing.
It really is like a symphony. It's a group of people that are coming together to make this amazing thing happen.
We put our patients first, and we have leadership that guides us to do better in helping our patients.
Numbers are never what drives us. Excellence is what drives us. And what I've found is that excellence drives growth. Excellence drives more patients to transplant, saves more lives, and that's our goal. That's how we do it.
I have worked in transplant for 20 years, and I think that the important thing for me is to see what's important for those families, what's important for that patient. If I have the ability to stand beside them and help them to be able to enjoy things like a Sunday dinner with their grandchildren, then that's what I want to do. I want to be able to allow them the opportunities that they find that are most important to them.
I love my job because I get to see the patients and the patient's journey. I get to hear about what got them to this point. I get to hear about their hopes, their dreams, their motivations to continue with the transplant program. And also when they get transplanted, I get to see them for the first time make goals. So in the end, they become part of our family, and then it's our hopes and dreams that we become part of theirs.
Getting folks seamlessly without stuck points through our system to get them to transplant and then have an outstanding outcome is what we've built here.
So I just want to say thank you to our community partners, to our patients that entrusted us with your care, to all of our staff and physicians and leaders that work here in the hospital. The work that you do is truly incredible. So thank you for everything. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.